In 1991, when the FBI began to seriously investigate Kahn's activities, Alexander Dvorkin urgently moved to Munich, Germany. However, instead of attending the Russian Cathedral of the New Martyrs under the jurisdiction of the ROC outside of Russia, he chose a small Serbian church for prayer and started considering returning to the USSR. Before the end of Mikhail Gorbachev's rule, Dvorkin visited Russia but primarily remained in Germany. This may have been influenced by his German ally and fellow anti-cultist, Pastor Thomas Gando, who also specialized in deprogramming. In fairness, it should be noted that Dvorkin adamantly denies any involvement with Kahn. However, in the latest edition of his book on sectology, he speaks rather favorably about the deprogramming practiced by Kahn, in some ways justifying it. But if there is programming, then deprogramming has also emerged, which often involved the forcible abduction of a cult member, if removing the victim from the cult environment by other means was unsuccessful, and confinement in an isolated place where specialists, psychologists, and former cult members would attempt to persuade them for many days or even weeks. Sometimes the abducted person's anger at those who took them only hardened their resolve, increasing their resistance and enabling them to escape. In general, the method of fighting fire with fire turned out to be completely inappropriate in this case, but it is unlikely that anyone with a heart and conscience would blame parents who, out of despair, resorted to deprogramming. Dvorkin, sectology, totalitarian sex.